Welcome to Yoga with Gabriel, everybody. We're going to start with a tennis ball or a lacrosse ball or a yoga tune-up ball. And we're going to begin by massaging the right foot. Now you can apply as much or as little pressure as feels good to you. You're working primarily through the arch of the foot. You can move fast. You can pause deeply and slowly in a few isolated spots. You want to work up from the area around the toes, all the way down to the arch and the heel. But really, every surface area on the foot is great to cover. So now we're transitioning more into the little toe side of the foot. It's also helpful to move the toes around, make a fist out of them and stretch them long. Move them around like you're manipulating fingers on piano keys. And just continue to explore the sensations in your foot. Linger on spots that feel like they need extra attention. And now we're going to move to 6 particular spots in the foot, 3 along the big toe line and 3 along the little toe line. Point 1 is right under the ball of the foot. Point 2 is in the high point of the arch, and point 3 is down near the heel along the big toe line. The next 3 points are along the outer edge of the foot, up high, in the middle, and down low. The next exercise, we're going to place the foot on the ball right across the pads of the feet so that our foot is in dorsiflexion. And then we're going to hinge. And just take a few breaths as you're in Uttanasana. One foot is flat and neutral, and one foot is perched up at the pad, grounded at the heel. And as you're ready, come on up. And then one more movement. We're going to switch to plantar flexion instead of dorsiflexion, like we're pointing our foot. We have a high heel. So one foot has an elevated heel, while one foot is flat. Just take one more breath and come on up. We're going to switch sides. All right, so we're going to start in on the left foot. And remember, this is to extract a little information, so you want to really just feel it out. And also to create a little transformation, to work out little knots and kinks and help transform areas of tension into areas of comfort. So there's really not a wrong spot to work on your foot, particularly with a tennis ball. With the firmer lacrosse balls, it doesn't feel quite as good when you're right on the bone under the ball of the foot. And we're paying extra special attention to the region around the arch, kind of the big toe and second to big toe line is where most of the focus is going to be. Then with the balls up around the top of the foot, we're going to move the toes around, that piano-like movement, spreading them, crunching them. And we're just still working the foot. So another way to work it is to Imagine that you have little lines coming down from the toe to the heel, and just trace the ball along the lines. That would obviously be 5 lines of energy. Here we're doing the single point presses. We have 3 single points along the big toe line of the foot, high, medium, and low, and now 3 single points of pressing along the little toe line of the foot, up high near the toes, in the middle, and down close to the arch. So these next 2 are putting different types of stretch into the ankle and the calf. This one we're in dorsiflexion, lengthening the Achilles tendon, opening up the calf. And we're in Uttanasana with 1 flat right foot and 1 dorsiflexed left foot. Let's come on up. And then we're going to place the ball under the heel. So we've got 1 flat right foot and 1 plantar flexed, pointed left foot. And then we're going to hinge forward. You just want to take a couple breaths down here. Keep the hips over the heels. And when you're ready, come back up to center. All right, next we're going to set the tennis ball aside, and you'll either need a little yoga block or some sort of prop. So you're going to prop your foot up and let your heel stay grounded, and then switch feet. So you're just doing a little dorsiflex, pulling the top of the foot backward. Now, this you might have to do in a door frame, but if you can get this leverage, it feels really amazing. And then you can spring back up. If you don't have access to a door frame, then you can just do it without any support. Next, we're going to do a little thigh stretch. This is a great way to open up the quad, hip flexor, groin, psoas, and we're starting to add the neck. Head up when the knee comes forward, head down when the knee goes back. Head up when the knee goes forward, head down when the knee goes back. And then we're going to switch. Head down, knee forward, head up, knee back. Head down, knee forward, and back, and forward. We're going to switch sides. So the first few flows, knee forward as the head goes back, knee back as the head goes down, and then we switch. We flex at the same time, extend at the same time. Flex knee and head, extend knee and neck. Last couple. These feel really, really good and are wonderful for sciatic issues. All right, as we come back to center, we're going to take the hands behind the head and just do gentle back bends. Any amount that feels green lit. I'm keeping my legs and my hips pretty stable and extending backward through the mid-upper waist, upper back, neck. And you can see a profile view. There's a slight push forward through the hips, and then a nice global extension through the spine. Any amount that feels good to you. Try another one or two. Just come back to center. Just let the arms swing for a little bit. Especially emphasizing that backward swing. Keep a nice, let's establish a nice stable base with the feet close together. We're going to reach the arms up, and I know you can't see, but the hands are going to bind together in a singular fist. Inner thighs are drawn together, glutes are active, and again going into a global back bend. Doesn't look like much from this perspective because that's all I'm comfortable with. I can show you from the side this time. We're going to add a little challenge. One leg backward, arms bound together overhead. You lift that foot off the ground and extend any amount into a back bend. For added challenge, you could even close your eyes. And once you touch back down, relax the arms. Just give it a moment. You're going to switch sides. Arms up. New leg off the ground. Standing on one steady leg. Move into a little global back bend. And if you want it a bit more challenging, feel free to close your eyes. When you're ready, release, come back to center. Let's try one more. Same idea. Arms are flexed overhead. Hands are bound together. If the one-legged version is too hard, go back to two. If the one-legged version is comfortable, add closing your eyes. And release. And then last time, second side. Take a moment and really get grounded. Maintain that sense of stability, even on one leg. Add some flexion, some extension, some global extension through your spine. And as you're ready, come back. All right, everybody, let's reset. Some wide feet, reach out the arms. Ankles are about wrist width apart. And then we're going to do some wrist and forearm exercises. Flexing and extending. Flexing down, extending back. Flexing down and extending back. Back bends for your wrists and forward bends. And then we're going to hinge at the hips. Interlace the fingers. You can keep the heels of the hands open for this one just to make it a little easier. And fully release the weight of the head. Stretching the shoulders. Reaching the arms up any amount that feels comfortable. The whole time you're maintaining some stability in the legs. Maintain that as you transition up. And last, everybody, just take a moment and get centered. And once you've had a centering breath, let's finish just by shaking it out a little bit. You can do this vigorously or gently through your arms, your hands, your legs, your hips. Shake it out. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it out. Should feel good. All right, everybody. That's a wrap.